Are you ready? Am I ready? Are we ready? Let's do this, guys. Hello and welcome. I'm Habbage. Oh my goodness, what a morning. We're going, it's going to be an hour-ish, guys, and I apologize in advance if you're catching the VOD and it's short. I'll probably hit the Twitch folks up if anybody catches us before we're over. I'd really planned on going, probably not a full stream, but most of the morning today. I had so much fun yesterday, and we are doing so much new stuff in the game that I wanted to keep rolling on, and I got up early. Today was the day I had to go return my rental car from the road trip I took this weekend, which was, of course, a complete blast, and normally is not too big a deal. It's in a little strip mall kind of deal, right? No, this isn't like a big airport car return. This is like one guy in a little storefront thing, and they're going. So I come in, he waves. It wasn't the same guy from the last time, but I've certainly met this guy too. And I was kind of like, hey, what's up? And he's on the phone. He's like, hey, welcome, wave, all that kind of stuff, as he's obviously talking with somebody on the phone. And I'm like, okay, well, no worries. I'll be right in, or right with you. Yeah, we both stood there, and he looked so miserable. If We've talked about it before a bunch of times on the channel. If you're dealing with somebody in a service industry and something's not going right, it didn't work out the way you'd hoped, it was a thing, and the person that is serving you is not being a complete jerk about it, they're not trying to make your life miserable, guys. They would much more happily give you whatever it is you want and get on with their day and helping everybody else. I listened, and I could hear through the phone, just normal old phone, as this old dude, it sounded like, is just screaming at this poor guy at the rental thing. And as soon as I walk in, it took like 30 seconds. He's like, I'd really like to help you out. Unfortunately, we're a small location. I don't have any inventory of cars to give you today. This is a 2-day, right? So I don't know the backstory or anything like that, but the dude comes in. Well, actually, no. I know later on he told the guy that he had called him to let him know. So there must have been a reservation or something, some kind of a snafu, whatever, that he didn't have the car that the guy had presumably reserved or whatever. It wasn't working out. So the guy at the office had to call him up and tell him, sorry, man, this isn't working out. And as I'm listening, he's like, I can give you the main reservations number. They have the ability to search through all the other rental car places in the area and can probably hook you up with something. And, I would have been like, that sucks. You guys just did me dirty, but okay. I'll call that number then. I want to get my car and get on about my day. No, this guy spent, it was at least easy a full 15 minutes while I'm sitting there. The guy can't do anything. There's nobody else there. This isn't a deal. And he can't just be like, all right, well, goodbye, click, right? That's not how you get to deal with that kind of stuff. So he seriously sat there apologizing. I'm sorry. Here's the number for the overall rental car company, and let them know, here's our store ID or whatever. They can search around and try to find an available car to fulfill that. He's like, otherwise, I can you get a full refund from us since we weren't able to do it. It's just an inventory problem. I don't have anything to give you. And I'm like, I got a car. But I don't even know if they can process the cars there. Like, if they basically just have teams of drivers that drive them back to a bigger location where they, car wash them and check the oil or whatever they got to do before they next rent it out. But you can't just turn around a car like that. So it took forever. And then, it's like 2 minutes for the guy to run out, check the car that I didn't get in an accident or anything like that, and come back in. All right, you're on your way. Awesome. Cool. And then I'd stopped. I wanted to get a card for my aunt and a couple other little things, and it just happens to be right next to a grocery store. So perfect. There we go. I go inside. Do all that. And I'm like, now I got to Uber home. That's just the way you do it when you're dropping off a rental car. And I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. It might take a couple minutes, but there's a Starbucks right out in the parking lot of this mall. I'll go get a coffee and chill. Nope, Starbucks doesn't exist anymore. When was the last time a Starbucks closed, guys? Seriously. So no coffee. I had to putz around. And of course, then the Uber takes like a ridiculous amount of time. And I should have, like, the minute I walked out, I should have been like, all right, order the Uber and just be waiting. But I kind of really wanted a coffee. I didn't want to have to get back home and make it. And I'd started this whole process early in the morning, so no coffee before. And so then I'm like, all right, we'll get the car. And the first one was like, oh, yeah, it's 12 minutes away. Waits like 5 minutes, and then the driver canceled. Are you kidding me? And then they did it again. Well, they didn't do it again. Then it had to search for a new route. And that guy, I live about halfway between Denver and Boulder. And that's, I don't know, somewhere 10 to 15 miles, I would guess. They seriously then gave me a car that was driving, presumably somebody who had been very responsible and stayed in Denver overnight, right? Because it went straight up from downtown Denver all the way to a little neighborhood. The place where I dropped off my rental car is where I lived for like 20 years. And it like goes into a nice neighborhood, and so it's clearly somebody getting brought home, not going to a business or anything like that. But I had to sit there and wait and watch, and this was like another 30 some minutes, and I wanted to be like, are you kidding me? There's no car closer. But that's how they do it now. Oh, this trip is finishing, and it was like the next major street over from where I was, so like 2 minutes once he dropped off that trip. So miserable. So that totally cut off the entire streaming time this morning. I apologize. I know I've talked through a bunch of it. So let's go. We've got so much to do. We did preview this day, so I'm not gonna spend a ton of our time just talking about it. What we want to do, we want to go to the island and use our whatchamacallit, our gems to buy the Pierre stock list thing, which I am gambling. I don't think it's a big question, but it's called Pierre's stock list or something. And I'm assuming we will then have the ability to start some kind of a quest for Pierre. In addition, it's Monday, and I think that the way this is playing out, the key quest board is going to be like the big board in town. So I'm half expecting, hey, we'll get a couple blackberries while we're at it. I'm half expecting that we'll have a new quest there as well. Should be all good. We do have grapes. So we want to go pick up the new quest if there is one, and then come buy the things. Troy, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Magic cowboy hat. That's a good question. Awesome. Except that my morning was I just talked all about my disaster of a morning. Totally cut the stream down from what I thought was going to be like 2 to 3 hours to probably an hour tops. So I'm glad to see you, man. I'm glad we got to cross paths. Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I will do at least 4 hours to kind of catch this up. I apologize profusely. I had hoped to be going most of the morning here, but I do have afternoon stuff going on. So, anyway, Magic Cowboy Hat. We have the Magic Turban, which I know doesn't count, but as I understand it from Sen or somebody, there's different days at the Desert Trader, and that on some of those days it is a Magic Cowboy Hat. And I think that would be on Geodes? Does that sound right? Um, Omni, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you too. Oh, everybody's coming to hang out. There is a big magic, not a magic top hat, but there's a big top hat. We already have that. I think you've seen me wear the big top hat, right, dude? Here, we'll switch out to the top hat. We've been wearing this cowboy hat for a while. Look at that, right at the top of the thing. Big old top hat. Abe Lincoln style. Oh, crap. What did I put in there? I thought I just put my hat away. Oh, no. I guess I can't put anything but it, so I must have just missed. All right, seriously. Omni is so good, Omni. So good. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, awesome, sunny, perfect temperature day here in Colorado. And aside from timing, which just ate my whole morning, it's been fantastic. But I did completely lose like an hour and a half of my day before I got to start the stream, just trying to return a rental car, get an Uber home, and quickly stop into a grocery store. That ended up taking the better part of 2 freaking hours. So, yeah. All right, we're all good here. Let's go. I hope I'm not missing stuff, guys. Let's go to the island and do the key stuff first. Oh, I still want to clean that up every time. All right, go, go, go. Love bologna. Love bologna. There was something, Troy, I have no idea what it was. There was some kind of a food-related thing, Troyish. Nothing new on biscuits and gravy or anything like that. But I will ask you guys, because I literally just saw this within the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. As I was Ubering home, I saw that, like, in a little place closer to me, Rebel Chicken. Anybody got Rebel Chicken outlets where they live? I've never heard of that one. It's new on me. All right, so a couple things here. First thing, let's go check the board. It's Monday. I'm hoping we have a quest. No Rebel Chicken. I never cook bologna. I think we've talked about this. I never cook bologna. Oh. It's a meat, I think. The prismatic shards? I might. It's 3 weeks. I'm assuming we'll get another week. Now I'm very sure that this is going to be just like the big board. Dude, man, if I'm actually cooking, like, I eat bologna, I eat it on sandwiches. It's like a lunch meat. If I have it, that's how it's getting used. I'm not doing anything fancy or trying to impress anybody. It's like my, okay, out the door, guilty pleasure kind of thing. The trade-off here is that this one we could pretty much have done, right? I could just straight up sell peppers. We've got like 400 of them. Without doing anything else. We could do this in like a day. And I think I'm going to do this one. We'll hold off on this. Because honestly, I don't know. Do we even have any shards? We could go back and check. I can't do both. It's one or the other. Let's do this. Well, first of all, let's go shop. Oh, that was the wrong thing. We are 88%. We still need Oh, that's right. We can't see the top here. We still need the clock on farm. We're getting real close on this. We just have to buy and finish. This is going to be the hardest thing going here, right? We're almost done here. We're close enough here. We just need all these gems from these quests. And then there's a couple things up here. I think everything that we have on them is done. Um, yeah, we looked the last time. I'll when we get down to it, I'll check it if there's more. But we want to buy stuff. Here's what we want to buy. Pierre's missing stock list. I think this is going to kick off another quest. I don't know what he's going to start selling, but I want to know. And now, can I read it or anything? No. Okay. It's 11. Now we go home. Ramen. Oh man, I do like a good bowl of ramen too. But you got to dress it up. What do you guys put in ramen? If you're cooking ramen, ideally like real awesome ramen, not. But I mean, come on, it's like bologna, right? If you're eating, at least if I'm eating ramen, and it's not like at a cool noodle place or something like that. A pumpkin for Elliot. We could do that, maybe. I know I said I wasn't going to waste time with it. Hey, I could actually see myself becoming a farmer someday. Well, you should become a farmer, but what? How would that ever happen? Well, you get some seeds and you put them in the ground, and then they grow. Um, sure, we'll sell those, get a little extra cash. Wait, I'm supposed to be talking to him, right? I don't see anything different or new yet. All right, let's here. Oh wow, it's my old stock list. I've been searching everywhere for this thing. Okay. Well, I found it. Let me see. Yup, it's all still here. That's not good. Egg Naruto meat of choice. I put a little soy sauce and lemon plus some. Wow, dude. I get that. I get that feeling. You don't mess around with your ramen. That is awesome. Normally for me, it's a little bit of chopped. I normally have fresh green onion, or grocery store green onion, but green onions. So I'll chop one or a couple of those, make it very oniony. If I don't have those, I'll use onion, diced chopped onion or whatever from the spice rack. Some garlic, either some soy or some teriyaki. If I have mushrooms, I'll often finely dice a little mushroom in there. No egg though, just from the normal ones. Um, I eat enough eggs. Yeah. Hot take. I hate teriyaki sauce. I'm sorry, man. I love teriyaki. Ooh. Some teriyaki chicken. Okay, let's focus up though. I didn't want to miss out on this, but yeah, garlic. Oh, and hot peppers, right? Even some like powdered cayenne or something, but very often the big red, like the pizza pepper thing. You see the pepper shaker at the pizza place, like some of those peppers in there. With these order codes, I can expand my stock to include seeds from all seasons year round. Oh, that's all right. Well, I was hoping for a quest, and I was hoping for something newer. Thanks very much for bringing this back to me, Havage. I gotta say, a little bit wah wah. All right, but that's all right. Now we got to get back home again. Beyonce, enjoy town. Maybe the kids will come give you a carrot or something. We, I do have three. All right, let's do the first one then. Right, we'll take the shards, and because that gives us a bigger prize. And if we got three, we got the rest of the month to try to finish up. Oh, kids, sorry. I thought you were Maybe in town I could feed my horse, but I guess she'll just be lonely. Pooping in the old town square. All the way back over here. Foot or two. Alright, so we'll go with this then, because we want to try to get all these gems and stuff. I don't know, monster drops, whatever. We'll try to just get lucky. But that should work. We can just keep going back to the Skull Cavern. Yeah, I like that. All right, no walking. All right, those two. All right, we also said before we go up to the mines today, I know I've totally neglected you guys animals. You poor little animals. Don't worry, though, I did abandon my horse in the middle of town, so it's not like you're the only ones. We got to go up and chop trees because we need wood badly, and we're already backed up on kegs. I also think that there will be oak resin up here. Do all that, and then we still have to go down to the bottom of the real mine to see what that shrine is all about. Let's see if we can knock it out. So yeah, Omni, I caught a little bit of your Sherlock Holmes YouTube stuff. Not as much as I'd like, but I saw you mention like your audio cuts out or something. That's a bummer. I was hoping to look into that. Although I gotta say, Rings of Power on Prime just totally wrecked my day. Right, the series season ended yesterday, and I'd been kind of watching that day of or as soon as I could when those came out. And then I went back and started watching the podcast for the Prancing Pony guys that I've followed for the books for a long time. Went back and I don't really want to just rely on other people's takes when I'm watching the show. So I kind of waited until the series had done so I could watch it all just, as a guy watching a show and not getting ruined by, oh, we're experts. We've got everything memorized, and sometimes that can be a deterrent when they're making a show. So I dove into the podcasts, which for each the first one was a double episode, so that wasn't quite as bad. But for every 50-minute episode, which I don't know what the actual runtime was without the credits and all that, they had 90 minutes of commentary. So, but I definitely found out about stuff that I missed, so I knew it was going to be good. I just didn't want to waste it. So that took up a lot of my extra time, and I still have a lot of those podcasts to go. But not today. And that Sherlock Holmes, you can see it's a little dated, right, Omni? But it looked like fun. So I'm guessing the second one. Would you recommend I watch the first, or should I just skip to the second episode where you said you reran them? Because I was the guy that started the second one first and read your comment. Yeah, you should go watch the other one. Oh, the game or just the fact that the mic cut out? Dude, man, that happens to me at least, whether it's internet dropping or just bouncing, right? Or some other technical derp on my part. Happens to me all the time. So I wouldn't worry about the... Well, I'm sorry if the game... I thought you were oh, this is one of my favorite games from back in the day. I'm all hype on it. I was excited. Yeah, I saw the date there. I went back and tried to play. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the Might and Magic series or franchise. I think it's now long defunct. Maybe Heroes still puts stuff out every once in a while. But I went back and tried to play one of the first like PC games I just had on its own merits. That back in the day, you walked into stores, and not even like a GameStop store, like a Best Buy, to go look for new video games to play. And I got Heroes of Might and Magic 5, The Mandate of Heaven, and it was kind of one of those early immersive world RPGs, but it wasn't in any way multiplayer. The internet was still kind of a vague thing out there, at least for my level of involvement. But that was the first game I really played through to full completion, credits and all that kind of stuff, of like a long 100 hour game or something like that. And I years ago I went back and tried to go through Steam to make it play on a modern Windows version, and it struggled quite a bit. But it was one of those first ones where I was like, dude, man, this is so much worse than I remember it having been from when I played it back in the time. Because at the time, it was like, dude, I can just walk in any direction in this world? That's so crazy. And you had it was turn-based, you had a party of companions or whatever, and you could stat them out and gear them up. But the combat was turn-based and everything like that. Yeah, I hear that, man. And it needs to be kind of the right deal. I'd like to... I mean, there's so much I could do and would like to do better. And I was watching... saw on YouTube one of my subscriptions, or one of our channel friends here, Bobby God 968, who often comes by to visit, put one of his channels, he put the goodbye message up. I came back once after months of not hosting at all, but now my laptop crapped out, and so I'm not going to pick this one up whenever I get that fixed. And I understand, and especially when you start stuff out and then you come back to it later, it does, sometimes just the person you were when you were making that channel doesn't really exist anymore. You've outgrown them a little bit, so wished him well. But I did see he replied to my comments. Was like, oh yeah, we'll see you in chat soon. So it sounds like he's doing good, but that stinks. When your equipment and all that kind of stuff, it just seems to be conspiring against you. That's super, super frustrating. All right, get these guys first. And did we have... Oh, we got all 32. That's quite a few, right? And I think we're going to still have plenty of time. We just got to go make these and place them. And then whoosh over to the mine. And as far as I know, the elevators should be good to go. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this was popped. What? I didn't get the dang wood. Wood. Alright, well, I got them all. Perfect. Indicator keg did pop, so... Oh, they're all popped now. No! I don't have time for all this. I never did pick the grapes. I'm half tempted to do this tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing the 2 days in this episode, so let's go figure out what the shrine deal is all about. I'm also going to clear these things because they've been driving me bonkers. Right? Everything that was in the way. So let's go check this out, because the note on the shrine said come back tomorrow. So I don't want to screw it up or miss out on something by not seeing it. Can't go right down. All right, here's the freaky new Skulth guy. Dispel the ancient magi seal of protection. Oh, allowing powerful monsters to ascend from the deep. So these have got to be the key monsters, right? And we want those because they could drop key gems, right? Now, are they... I don't know, man. They both hung out yesterday. Jenny was here for like the full 4-hour stream, and Sen was here for a good chunk of it at least. So they were doing good. Jenny said, "Oh yeah, we'll see you tomorrow." But again, I was planning on doing a full 4-hour deal. So they send their best, I'm sure. And yeah, man. Omni, real quick, do you have any plans to stream at any point during the weekend? Your request will be okay. I was thinking that because I was like, oh, how cool would it be to just pop down here and then turn on the monsters, right? And then go do a cave run. But you have to plan a day in advance. So tomorrow, if we come down here, then I assume that the monsters will be there, right? We turned it off. Is I think the way that worked. Yeah, we'll find out. But that's cool because we can fight all those new monsters that we just discovered. All right. Nothing today. It's now 11:40. Let's try to get these off cycle. Because this one, if we do it, I think we can get it all done here. If we had to try to place all the kegs, we wouldn't finish the other one, plus there would be travel time and all that. Awesome. Bump, bump, bump. There. One more for the keg. Alright, that's kind of nice, actually, because now these will be on different days. Although I think we're right at the beginning of all of our kegs getting ready. I will stash these. I'd like to build up a pretty big stack of those, I guess. There we go. You have Midnight Club. What the heck is Midnight Club, dude? I got the brunk of my Oh, nice. So I could keep schedule for Twitch and YouTube, even though I took down my entire. Well, yeah, I leave it up from the week before, and that's why I always say I didn't even change it today. Speaking of which, oops. What does it say? Crap. I knew I was running late, and I was just like turning everything on, and then run back to make coffee, and then here, dashboard, settings, channel, schedule, Saturday. Okay, it did say 8:30. That was the time I was trying to go. We'll just leave it. Sorry about that. Again, watch Twitter. Only 11 grand, not a big day. Watch Twitter for me if you. I stream every night at midnight, so the lurkers that join in I call my midnight club. I had no idea, dude. Well, that's cool. So midnight Eastern, 10 my time. Is that the same games or different games? In fact, you don't even have to tell me. I'll just try to remember. 10 o'clock. If I'm around, I'll pop in. It's not normally a time I look to Twitch, but every once in a while, I'll be watching VODs or something like that and pop around. Okay, we got nothing on the calendar. We got to do all this stuff today. Coffee in the coffee bin. Same game. Okay. One of the channels I frequent a lot does, at least used to. I haven't been there in years. Used to do a Friday night. Oh, what are the games like the group collab where you can play them through Twitch. So the drawing ones and the word games and all that kind of stuff. It was really fun. I only caught it a couple times ever. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Spirits feel neutral, days in your hands. All right, well, it's okay. So we need to get one more prismatic shard. We need to go fill these. We need to sell these ones. Hey, thanks, Mr. Lewis. The 500 barely makes a dent. Fair in a week. We've got our chest full of goodies, so that'll be fine. Yeah, let's just walk the farm here and end up over there. We will pick our grapes today. Come on. Get it. Get it. No flowers yet. Ooh, got some eggplants, though. Oh, Junimo, sorry, man. I am out of, I'm gonna cut you short there. Sorry about that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Omni. There's a couple of them. And basically they're like mobile games, right? Like, I think you can do it through your computer or your phone or whatever. But, you know, like, one of them is like Pictionary kind of deal. Others are like, are kind of like the whole riff track deal. And I don't know if, you know, the movie, like Mystery Science Theater 3000, if you ever heard of it or whatever, that they'll play a clip of a movie and then have you finish or fill in the line from a campy, cheesy old movie, right? So, you know, and that's one of those, put on the MA warning. You don't really want the kiddos to be around because chats being chats are going to definitely take it, you know, dirty and foul-mouthed and all that. But it's so much fun. Oh, they're a party. And then everybody upvotes or downvotes or you know, ranks the results and the responses of everybody else. So it's a great way to get chats interacting with each other and fun. I've never had the people to make it worthwhile, right? You really need like at least 6 or 8 actively involved people that want to do it to make it work. So kind of easier to just go to a bigger channel and hang out there and do it, but pretty fun. I decided last time around I should do it this way because it's quicker to fill the full rows. Oh. Why? There. 6. There we go. Just like I planned it. Troy's usually kind of in and out, and I've never known Troy to be bashful. He fits into our chat and says quite a bit, but he's been long time loyal, man, and yeah, you know, we all got busy lives. Troy's got school and all that kind of stuff, so sometimes gets busy and I don't see him for a while, and I, you know, always I'm like, oh yeah, you're back, man. I'm so happy. So, Bobby God, though, the other one I was just talking about, Bobby God is probably the longest term person that still makes regular visits and comes in, and he and Antheos, but Ant's never been the same, like, I'm gonna hang out for the full stream. He'll bring in raids all the time, lurk and come and hang out and chat, and is, you know, so awesome when he does come in and talk, but kind of always moving on and on. But Bobby God and you guys and Troy and a bunch of people we've had along the way that have kind of then, you know, like, I assume moved on to other content and that kind of stuff, which, hey, that's normal too. I'm not holding against you guys. If you gets tired or routine or anything, I understand. Same thing happens with me. I've had streamers I absolutely love and have a blast with, and, you know, you just get busy and then they're onto a different game or something like that and it changes up. So look at that, a nice easy 200 wine. All right, we got to do animals, right? We haven't done any animal stuff since we've been here. Get our pigs out. Should we try to see, guys? I did see Troy. I saw your does Troy have a cow or something like that? There's Ant. Some of these guys just get random names. Omni, what did we get you? There's Troy. Troy, we found your pig. I can't remember what animal we got you, Omni. You remember what animal you are? You might be a dino. I think you're maybe a dino. Dude, you see how horribly they go for me, man. Yesterday, or whenever the last time we raided was, like, Sen was like, oh yeah, I've been in here hanging out with Omni all day. And Jenny and I were back in my chat going, what the heck's going on? What did I do wrong? So yeah, I don't know how to make it work reliably. I'm glad I've got good friends like you guys that won't judge me too harshly when I... Because we gotta know it's all on me, right? Whatever I'm doing is not consistently right. I was also, at one point, I would, like, the pull button is open for me, but then when I try to do it, it says I can't. So I don't know. That might just be Twitch teasing me. Hey, just work a little bit harder, and you too can run polls. I'd love to run polls. But kind of like the games. It's so much fun. Well, yeah. Oh man, yeah. Dude, Ant was in here raging yesterday because he's above our level, right? He's got a whole crew, and everybody comes and parties and hangs out with him. But so he's affiliate and all that, and whatever, can do the subs and the bits and all that cool stuff. And so he came in here and he's like, dude, I'm so mad. I had to do $100 worth of profit before I could get paid by Twitch. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, so you had to wait a while for your money? He's like, no, man. Oh, he was mad that they had lowered it to 50. And I was like, oh, well, so what? You get a bigger paycheck, right? And he's like, no. Like, and I never knew this, and I don't know how it all works. It's all hearsay from my side, of course, but basically, you've got to kind of prove your chops. You got to, even if you get the goals to become an affiliate and unlock subs and bits and all that kind of stuff, you've then got to kind of prove your chops to get paid by having already generated so much. And that's where he had been at, and then they just lowered it. So he'd spent all this time trying to get this 100 that never even counted, but then he doesn't get any of that money. And I was like, man, that sucks. I don't know. I hope it all works out for him, because everything I've heard about the people that work with Twitch, sure, there's all the regular challenges and stuff, but Twitch seems like they're pretty rock solid in terms of not trying to screw over the community and the content creators. They get, right? If you have happy creators and lots of them, you'll have more content for your audience and more chance to generate revenue through the platform. So I don't think they're going out of their way to try to screw people over. And if they did have to do that, if that's somehow built in or whatever, well, then they lowered the amount that you have to do. So that's cool. All right, so we should be able to get back over to the old school mines and fight new monsters, but we also may want to pop to the desert and check the merchant, because Troy is 100% right. We were talking about that, and I've totally forgotten that there's a magic cowboy hat in addition to the magic turban that we already got. And if we do want to get all the different stuff, we'll have to get both. But I don't... Oh, there it is. All right, so Tuesdays, magic cowboy hat. We have to get 333 more Omnis to do it. Omni. So Tuesdays are certainly a day when we can get a magic cowboy hat. So keep that on the list of stuff to do. Oh, yeah, I'm not one to get too poopy pantsed about any of that kind of stuff, because for one thing, I've been out in the working world for 30 years, right? I know how companies work, whereas the vast majority of people going into Twitch, it's like, yeah, maybe you've had part-time jobs and all that, but you don't understand value and advertising, marketing a brand and all that kind of stuff. And they want it to be prohibitive because they don't want to have to go in and ban or put people on timeout or anything like that of their people that are already contracted and they've done the extra stuff to start generating revenue. It still happens, right? And it certainly happens a lot of the time, but you've got this. If you have to do those kinds of things, it's a slowdown. You can't just have multiple accounts out there that you're switching between and trying to stay ahead and put content out there that they don't want. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it was tough for me too. Get particularly the concurrent viewers is a real tough one. For me, the time was easy. For me, basically everything but the average concurrent viewers was tough. Yeah, and that's what I did for coming up on 2 years since I first started YouTube, and it's pretty easy to get affiliate. One, if you have that YouTube channel, and everything I've heard from long established Twitch folks is start on YouTube, work out a lot of the kinks, get it so that content is up and always working for you, in the sense that it's always out there. If people search for your game, if it's variety or whatever, they'll catch you, or they might. And then they can come in, and when you're starting to get people coming back and commenting that they're watching your videos, at some point then you can go live, because trying to stream live is really, really, really tough when you don't have anybody or you're just streaming to the bots, right? Then I start my own business to fail. Well, yeah, you got it, and I think small business. I worked for a guy. The dad of one of my girlfriends in high school gave me a job that I dated the girl for like half of my senior year. I worked in that job every summer all the way through college. And I ended up spending every single day of every summer, a lot of driving around all kinds of stuff with her dad, and he became one of my lifelong friends. But it's just crazy that that's how the world works sometimes. But I watched every part of that little business, and he's basically gave me a huge amount of responsibility while I was there. I think we did a good job helping him grow it and all that. So yeah, I think those being in those positions of success or failure teach, and what that taught me, and what I've always said here is, nobody I know really, my family knows what I'm doing. My parents aren't interested in watching or anything, but people are my friends and all that. They don't know what I'm doing, in part because I think it would be embarrassing a little bit. It's tougher when it's real, when it's like, oh yeah, we heard you, totally did this. And then there's some of that, like, how big is your channel, all that kind of stuff. Whereas in high school, I think kids are much more likely to be like, hey, 30, 40 friends, I'm getting started on my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel, come in, hang out, help me get affiliate. It's just a difference in your part of your life. But those people then get very focused on the numbers and growing fast and going, whereas I've always just enjoyed the game and the time and the ride, and like starting in the YouTube, and particularly with hardcore Minecraft, it's like, yeah, I love this game. I want to play it. I want to have a world, and I want to have a record of it. If I lose it, it's gone. The people that enjoy hanging out with me, enjoy the variety of the games that I like to play, they're going to keep coming back, and they're going to keep visiting, checking in, saying hi, whatever, seeing what I'm up to. The number spikes that YouTube or bots or whatever drive, those come and go. They're nice. They help you get a good boost and maybe find a few new people. But so many people get fed up and walk away, and they're like, it's just not growing the way, it didn't grow the way it did when it first did, when I was getting all that promotion. Or they rebrand it and start a new channel each time to try to get those bumps, and worry about being perfect and all that. Man, be yourself, and it. I can tell from watching it. Be yourself. Do the games that you like to play. Have a good time. And, yeah, even if it's slow and even if it's going, hopefully nobody out there is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make all my income out of Twitch streaming. Don't set that expectation, because it is so uncommon to happen. But grow what you want to do slow, and you'll have a fun audience. You'll have a blast doing it. And, yeah, maybe you can get it to the point where you're getting some extra income coming in along the way. Sinedra, what's up? How you doing, Sen? Yeah, sorry, man. I was just reading yours. I didn't read it all out loud. All you YouTubers, if you want to get all Omni's words of wisdom, you're going to have to come hang out in the chat with us, right? Sen, we were talking about you. Jenny's not here yet, but Omni was like, where's Sen and Jenny? I'm so worried. Where are they going? Troy was here. Troy was hanging for a little bit. I don't know what he ran off to. Sen, I'm sorry. We're going to finish up this day for sure, but I am on a time crunch today. Speaking of which, where are we at? I've been having so much fun chatting, and I pretty much had that plan for yesterday, so we came through and bought all the stuff. Let's go check on Pierre's. We said, we wonder where Sen is, and I said how awesome Sen had been with the recommendations and the awesomely subtle hints. You are so good at pointing me in the right direction without just telling me what to do. No, man. No, your paragraph there. But yeah, chat's got to come read the chat or be a part of the chat. Yeah. But your farm did great this past summer, huh? It's doing even better this fall, Emily. Oh, that'll get Troy going. Troy, are you here? You want to rage about Emily? Let's talk to Emily. Oh, Emily, you're so beautiful and wise and wonderful. Troy does not get along with Emily. Oh. It's kind of weird how they sort it, isn't it? So, Sen, remember we were talking about going and spending the gems to buy the Pierre's stock list? That basically just unlocked all the seasons. So now we don't have to worry about night market. We can stock up in advance for the seasons the day before. That will be handy. But sadly, it didn't give us a quest, and it didn't give us I don't know, any new stuff, right? I was kind of hoping there would be a farmable element to the key stuff. He's given us quests with farming, that the colors and all that, and now the cooking one. But the other thing I'm noticing is we get all of Pierre's seeds all season long, but we don't get. It didn't unlock any of the island seeds, which I guess is fair. I'd kind of thought that. The other thing that I'd kind of thought was if we did that quest, we might get the option to buy the hyper versions of stuff, right? That would have been fantastic. But that would have been a little OP too, right? If we were getting 33% speed grow boost, that would have been pretty cool. But all right, well, we've seen it now. We've got year-round, the regular seeds. Maybe not the best investment of those gems, but we wanted to do that. We want to get everything. So now, what do we need to do? I suppose we should go up to the mines and send so that you know, because this one will probably last the rest of the season. Oh, we can give a pumpkin to Elliot too. Our quest for key, I didn't do it. We're trying to get 4 prismatic shards into Key's collection box, and we have 3 at home, which I assume this isn't a gathering type quest. It wasn't like Robin saying, "I'll give you a bonus if you can collect pieces." He just said, "Bring me 4 prismatic shards." We've got 3. We need to get 1 more. And we turned on monsters in the deal. Let's do it the old way. Let's go over here. Oh, we should go see the dwarf too, and buy more cherry bombs. So let's go to the mines. Whoa, I got slow. And then we'll just finish today up in the mines, battling our way through. Omni, pick a number between 1 and 110. Tell me a number. 1 and 110. Anywhere in there. In increments of 5. Ideally. But I can round. Just sell me the stuff. Hey, man. Mine are longer. So neater. 42. 40. Okay, perfect. Wait, I don't know how much of the video you watched. You might know where we're going then. Did you see any of yesterday's? 40. New monsters. We're going to the jungle level. And honestly, this may be a big mistake. I don't know if these guys will drop shards or not, but we'll try. And in the meantime, if we're what? Oh, that's awesome. Those cost 40 key gems. And we were talking about how we need 3 of them. I thought I was going to need to get 120 out of the questing stuff. So that's really good. But that may replace prismatic shards. So they may drop those instead of shards. Still good, but then we just have to go to the Skull Cave, I guess, on our lucky days. All right, well, yeah, I am super fired up about that. If we can unleash the full potential of our weapon up here, I think it's probably unreasonable to expect we get that done tonight on a short trip to the mines, but hey, if we can get a little bit of that progress. Turn around. And I would really, really, really like to have a full potential weapon up when we're fighting the fighting those Skull Cave monsters, because these monsters, they're tough too, especially those little squid guys. Did we already unlock a staircase? I don't know. Just kind of fun. Here's one. Don't worry, man. I hear you. No, I didn't know if you'd already known what monsters we were going to get to. I'm just giving you a hard time. Plus, Moving Man skinks. Oh, dude. I hear you on that. But at least you're doing a couple close succession, so you can kind of just get into that whole nomad lifestyle, right? Like, put everything in the boxes, don't pull it back out unless you need to use it, and keep it stocked for the next one. But yeah, I dread moving. I moved. Well, it's been within 5 years, and it was unpleasant. And it was really easy. You know, it was a local move, and I was moving out of my buddy's house, so there was no crazy like. Oh, that's good too. No crazy coffee bean. So they do drop those like the frost guys, the dust sprites. Ow. 950. Yeah, so I don't know if these guys drop other special stuff. That's why we're just kind of grinding, and I was happy to turn that monsters back on, because we really don't know much about these guys, other than having just tried to race through them as quick as possible to get to the bottom of the mine for our last quest. Anybody over here? Nope. Oh, I did. It was Jenny that was asking, so maybe I'll just talk about that more on Sunday if she's around. It was. There is a measurement system for the Grandpa's shrine, and her little question about the diamonds with Grandpa's shrine. That doesn't change the shrine itself. What it does is to re-trigger Grandpa looking at your progress, and it's pretty spoilery. I kind of guessed right. You know, there's checks and percentages to complete for the amount of social, the amount of skills, and all that kind of stuff. So if you work on all those. Grandpa will make the cat statue thing available to you once you have a high enough score on his rating system. So if you put the diamond in the thing, it'll basically just make it like year 3 all over again, and then the ghost will come, I guess, and let you know when it's good enough to get you that statue. So keep plugging along, but yeah, the diamond is just to make it try again. I think I want everything else. I mean, the coffee bean is probably the least valuable thing we have. Oh. Almost missed you. Little ore pile. And bat, do you want to give me a prismatic shard? Nope, just some bat wings. You guys want to give me a prismatic shard? Slimes can drop them, I know. I don't know if there's other stuff. Yeah, there you go, Gypsy. I tell you, man, it's not too bad, and I like to think that I'm pretty lightweight. I don't know. I should go through. I hang on to clothes longer than I should, um, and I don't wear a lot of the clothes that I still have. But I don't know. I've never understood. Like, I have different times of the year that I very easily am at different weights. Like football season through winter, the waistline it can get a little bigger, and then hopefully, if you live right, then that all goes